What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at 10 top teams for the Ultra League. Only the Ultra League and the Ultra League Summer Cup are on this week, so we're going to be taking a look at some top teams for the Ultra League specifically. I could do one for the Summer Cup as well if you guys are interested, but before we hop into the teams, a special thank you to the expert trainer members on this channel, Benny Hemlock, Dr. Green Mustache, and Soham Patil, as well as the legend trainer members on this channel, Big Burden, Andrew Pitton, Moosechu, Noodleman, Speedster, Esteros, and Liminal Lagamore. Without further ado, let's take a look at 10 top teams. So the very first team we have is Forretress, Bellybolt, and Shadow Feraligatr. This is an ABC style team. Forretress on your lead only has one weakness, which is a double weakness to fire, and then Feraligatr as the safe swap as your direct answer to that fire weakness. You also have Bellybolt, which has a positive matchup into all of the fire in the Ultra League meta. When you think about it, it resists Fly and Brave Bird on Talonflame. It has super effective Sucker Punch for Skeleturge, and it resists Thunder Punch, the bait move on Typhlosion. So this team is very meta, it's pretty bulky, and there's a lot of flexibility. Bellybolt as a closer, if it has shields, it can go absolutely rampant, boosting its defense with that parabolic charge. So very solid team overall. The next team we're going to take a look at, this is more of an ABB style team where we have Corviknight, Giratina, and Primeape. Both of your Pokemon in the back have a fairy weakness, which is why it's an ABB style team. But Giratina will be your safe swap. It covers the fire and electric weaknesses on your lead and has neutral play into most of the fairies with Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak. Of course, then if you lure out a fairy, you can punish it with Corviknight, and then Primeape sweeps in the end game with a shield advantage. The next thing we're going to take a look at is kind of a hybrid between an ABC and an ABB style team, in that you have a double weakness to electric in the back, and they both don't love dark because of their fast moves. Dragalge on the lead is weak to ground and psychic, so Moltres in the back makes a great core resisting both. And then you just have Lapras as your safe swap. Lapras can also lure out fighters, which it has pretty neutral play into with that Psywave, which is kind of nice because Moltres, I mean, it has resisted like fast moves on fighters as well, so that can be a little bit awkward in some situations. The next team we're going to take a look at is kind of a glassy yet spammy and hard-hitting ABC style team. You've got a lead in Pangoro, which is weak to fighting, fairy, and flying. Wheezing as a poison, as your safe swap, resists fighting and fairy. I mean, actually either can work as a safe swap, but as a poison, it resists fighting and fairy. And then Dusknoir, as a ghost, only has two weaknesses. Those weaknesses are dark and other ghosts, which your lead is actually good into both of. As a dark fighter, you resist, you double resist dark and you single resist ghost, and you have super effective for both dark and ghost. So very good core there. Maybe Dusknoir as your safe swap so that you punish with Pangoro, and then you have Wheezing, which covers all those weaknesses in the back as your sweeper. And then you can run any number of movesets on Galarian Wheezing because it is a very flexible mon. The next team we're going to take a look at is another ABC style team where your lead only has two weaknesses, and those two weaknesses are ground and fire. So Golisopod as a bug water covers both of those, and then Runerigus with Rock Tomb coverage for the fires, and then neutral coverage with Shadow Ball for the grounds. The core between Runerigus and Golisopod is actually very strong as well. When you think about what Runerigus is weak to, it's weak to dark, it's weak to ice, it's weak to grass, and it's weak to water, which Golisopod as a Fury Cutter water type actually has play into all of those. So very cool, strong core there. Both of your backline would struggle though with Galarian Moltres, which is why we have Tinkaton on the lead. That way you're not like ABA weak to it, that way you're just ABB weak to it. If you lure them out with one, you still have neutral coverage with both and neutral play, and then you punish with Tinkaton and the other roams free, while also covering the lead's weaknesses. So very strong team in my opinion. The next thing we're going to take a look at is another ABC style team with Sandslash on the lead, which is weak to fire, fighting, and ground, and it has really great core breaking potential. You also have Jellicent as a water ghost, which covers all of those weaknesses, hitting super effective on ground and fire while resisting fire and resisting fighting. And then you have Dragonite as a Dragon Flyer, which does as well because it resists ground, it resists fire, and it resists fighting. While it doesn't hit super effective into those, it's still very solid into those types. This is kind of an old meta team. It was an old Great League Legend team in the past, but it also works in the Ultra League, and it's very decently strong and pretty meta still. The next team we're going to take a look at is an ABC style team with Guzzlord on the lead, weak to fighting, fairy, and bug, which makes a great core with Skeleturge because it resists all of those. And then Scizor as the closer has only one weakness, which is a double weakness to fire. And then of course both Skeleturge and Guzzlord resist fire, so a pretty good core there. Of course Scizor has play into the fairy types that Guzzlord doesn't want to see either. The next team we're going to take a look at is Steelix, Regidrago, and Talonflame. This is another ABC style team with Steelix on the lead, weak to fighting, ground, and fire. Talonflame resists all of those for a very solid core pairing. It does, however, give you a double weakness to water, but Steelix has Thunderfang for that, and you also have Regidrago on this team, which is just so strong neutrally, and of course it does well into the majority of the other two's weaknesses. Like electric on Talonflame and water on Steelix and Talonflame, so very solid team here as well. The next team we're going to take a look at, the second to last team we're going to take a look at, is another hybrid ABC/ABB style team where we have a double ghost weakness in the back, but an answer to ghost on the lead with Shadow Drapion. Grumpig is meant to lure out any of those ghosts in the back and then grab a shield with Shadow Ball, allowing Drapion to then come in and punish if you don't flip switch, and then annihilate to sweep. This is a very, very dynamic and flexible team where all of the Pokemon are strong neutrally into a lot of matchups, and they just have really good coverage that cover their own weaknesses fairly well. So that is one of the strongest things about this team. And then taking a look at the final team, this is an ABB style team where we have both of the Cruels. We've got Tentacruel, which is weak to electric, ground, and psychic. So it actually makes a surprisingly great core with Toedscruel, because Toedscruel as a grass ground resists ground and electric, which is really, really cool. And then Credilli is the safe swap for this team. It's meant to lure out any of Toedscruel's weaknesses like an ice type, or anything that like grass is weak to, like a fire. But both of the Pokemon on the back kind of do well in the fire, even though Tentacruel does as well. And then the rock coverage on Credilli as well hits super effective into all of Toedscruel's weaknesses, which is really, really cool. Then if you lure out something that Toedscruel doesn't want to see with Credilli, you can come back in with Tentacruel, you can punish, and then Toad in the back with Mud Slap and a shield advantage and Wrap to lower the opponent's defense can just absolutely sweep through the end game in a 2-shield scenario. But yeah, that's going to be 10 top teams for the Ultra League. I kind of blitzed through this video because I'm getting this video up kind of late. But yeah, that's going to be it for me from this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, peace.